How long this will continue?
For 7 more weeks, Swami. 7 more weeks.
7 weeks you will remain alive.
I don't know, Swami. How's the war in Ukraine and Russia, Swami?
Very destructive. These are all mad people, so no one knows whether it may turn into nuclear war also. Because
I tried to
Ukraine,
find...
Ukraine, so much destruction has happened in its cities. It's all just because of their madness and their ego. So, but if they try to surround Russia from all the sides, because so far they have not entered into the war, but all the countries which are against Russia, they have started giving all kind of arms and ammunition, everything, missiles. So if Russia see that it will be very destructive to it, then these people will go to any extent. Ukraine used to have nuclear weapons, but it has surrendered its nuclear weapon to these clever European and American countries. But Russia has the maximum nuclear weapon, far more than 1,000, at least 1,000 more than Americans. They have about 6,600 or something. America has 5,500 around. Third is China, but they have very little compared to them, 3,500, 350, something like that. So after these two, they have very less. Pakistan has more than India, but Indian nuclear weapon is more advanced. Pakistani nuclear weapon, I think it is called tactical weapon. So it can't go very far. So if it will be doing destruction in India, it will be destroying Pakistan also. Whenever they will explode it will be destructive to Pakistan also. And it is all gathered by stealing, not there. India has done its. I was saying that this is the bluff of Pakistan. It was always threatening that we have nuclear weapons. So India was, and I feel now that the previous government of Congress, they were together with Pakistani because the man who became the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, he was whatever he has done, it creates a lot of doubt that these people, both Jawaharlal Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi, it doesn't look that they have anything to do with India. So British transferred the power to wrong people because they could be their stooge. So that's why they wanted Subhash Chandra Bose. He was called war criminal. So that was part of the agreement with the Indian government at the time of freedom, that whenever Indian government can know anything about Subhash Chandra Bose whereabouts, they will immediately inform the Britishers. And he was called war prisoner. So they would have taken him and then killed him. And Jawaharlal Nehru was also very inimical to Subhash Chandra Bose because he was far more talented. And whatever Gandhi was doing was very monstrous to Hindus. So both of them, maybe it was just greed for the power that he wanted all the time. The power should remain with his family. So, and he knew that Hindus are not going to vote for him for long because he was dependent on the vote bank of Muslims. So he was trying to humiliate Hindu, and he he gave the responsibility of writing history books to communists, Indian communists, and they created such a history. They wrote such a history of India in which all the evil Muslim rulers were glorified as great, and the Hindus kings who fought with the Mughals and all the Muslim invaders, those robbers, they were far more braver. They had army smaller, far more smaller than their army, but they were really courageous. They were always leading from the front. And these most of the Muslim rulers, they were not leading from the front. They were most of their also army people were converted Hindus and or Hindus. They were fighting for them, and then they were converted Hindus, and very few of who came from outside because, but they were very cruel, so they could convert. Hindus were very civilized, so they could not. When you are civilized, then you cannot fight with barbarians. So Jawaharlal Nehru, perhaps whatever is proof, perhaps he was Muslim. His forefathers were Muslim, and it is said that when the one of his forefather, maybe great grandfather, was some kind of police officer in the Mughal army. And then when in 1857 mutiny happened, the Indian army, the Hindus and Muslims, they revolted against the Britishers. That is called mutiny. So once the mutiny was crushed, then Britishers went against all those who were supporting these British army force, which consisted of Hindus and Muslims, and all those rulers. So, and I think then at that time, the ruler was of Delhi was what was his name? Very Bahadur Shah Zafar. So when he was caught, then Jawaharlal Nehru's great grandfather, I think he was his great grandfather, he converted to Hinduism because they were against all those people. So he changed his name. I think his name was something Gangadhar or something. So he may be a Muslim just few generations back. And the way he was supporting the Muslims shows that there was something wrong with him. And he was not a man to take responsibilities. He was a flirt, and both Gandhi and Nehru, they were quite perverted in that sense. So The Congress were their slogan was always that they wanted to remove poverty, but they could not remove in 70 years because that was not their intention. And the few things are very obvious that once the division has happened, the country is divided into two. Then when they created a country in the name of religion, then there should have been absolute transfer of population. All the Hindus should have come to India and all the Muslims should have gone there. But Jawaharlal Nehru and Gandhi didn't agree for that. So, and in that way, the problems continues. And because the Muslims, most of the Muslim, they don't believe in the concept of nation. They believe in the concept of ummah. So wherever the Muslims are anywhere in the world, that is their nationality. So they don't contribute much to the growth of this country. It's not that all of them are like that, but most of them are like that. And they go on giving birth in such a way that it creates more and more problems and poverty in the country. So if there was some real nationalist ruling the country, there was possibility that India could have been genuinely quite ahead of China also, but because the development of both USSR, which is no longer, it doesn't exist now in China, it's it's very lopsided. Even now, India is, I think, fifth greatest economy in spite of their all kind of blunders. Economically, it is far ahead of Russia. Russia is the biggest country in the whole world, land-wise. So I was saying that I saw one documentary kind of movie yesterday. I don't know whether it's true or not, but so in that documentary movie, it was they were showing that Putin is the richest man in the world. He has $200 billion worth of property, and Jeff Bezos, that is, I think that I think it was him or someone else, whatever. His property, they said, is 150 or 160 million dollars. So, but I don't know whether it's true or not. So they would say it was being shown in that documentary that he has about 20 palaces, and one of them is very secret kind, and then he has lot of yacht and sea cruiser, and he has lot of very expensive watches. But I don't know whether it's true or not, because you can say anything about anyone, but there is a possibility he may be having lot of wealth, but this kind of thing can be made by those people who are against him. So just to, because many of the people like Putin, so just to make create negativity in the mind of those who like him. They can make that kind of video because just by showing a movie that he has 20 palaces and all those things, he is owner of $200 billion property. It's not a proof. And even if he has this much, still I consider him better than Biden because he is very straightforward. And if you have so much money, then perhaps you will not have the greed for money anymore. But that is, you cannot know what is going on inside his head. But whatever he is doing, they are very much responsible. Someone was saying that both Russia and China are not a member of this SWIFT banking. They want to create their own banking system. Maybe if both of them get united, then there will be a lot of more trouble. There is a possibility now China will try to enter into Taiwan. Already their planes are moving around it. So and these people, these power hungry mad people, they know that how long they are going to live. So for them it makes no difference whether the world remains after them or not. So they can go to any extent. Then they know that they are going to die. So before they die, they can have bomb party, nuclear bomb party. So that's why I say that only when you are connected to your source, you will not be destructive. Otherwise, if you are only ruled by your left brain, then you can prove to be very dangerous. So without meditation, there is no way out of madness. You cannot be responsible. You cannot respect life. So those who are ruling, they are very unconscious people. And that's why they are very dangerous. But we have never respected those who were conscious. We have always poisoned them, killed them, crucified them. So now the whole world has to suffer it. Ukraine is suffering, so many countries are suffering because when war happens, everything is gone, everything is destroyed, whatever they made, whatever is their earning of the whole life is gone within seconds.
I was trying to look for the news. I want to know what caused or started this war. Like who is a did what to who that started triggered this war to happen.
they have a NATO alliance which the European countries and America has created. They created it when USSR was there to encounter it to because when USSR was there, it was also very imperialistic. It was also expanding a lot. So they wanted to create hindrance. They wanted it not to expand so much. So they created this NATO alliance so that if anything happens in any country, if USSR was capturing any country, any European country, then they will, whenever this kind of thing will happen, then they will take it as it is happening to them. So all the NATO countries, which consisted almost most of the European countries and America. So originally they had about 16 members, but even when the USSR was dissolved, they had talked with the USSR. USSR said that now you dissolve it because already they had divided USSR in 15 parts. So the purpose was to encounter, to create hindrance on the way of USSR to expand more. So now there was no purpose. And USSR had also created one of its alliance, which was called Warsaw Pact Alliance. So in which all parts of USSR were there and few other countries were also there. Like, I don't remember, maybe Czechoslovakia, Romania. So, but USSR, I think it dissolved this Warsaw Pact Alliance, but they didn't fulfill their promise that they will also dissolve NATO. And they went on expanding. It was before 16, it is now 28 countries in it. And so some of the countries which were previously part of USSR, they also included, which Russia was warning them, don't include them. Because if you include them, they are on the borders of Russia. So that will be threat to them. And now this, Ukraine also was going to join for a long time. It is not that just now, but it's they have this man who is I think he is the president of Ukraine. So he has been put there by the Americans. So he was going to join NATO, which USSR was warning Ukraine, don't join, otherwise. Already they have entered inside Ukraine before and created one part. They have already taken out of Ukraine. Crimea, I think, is the name. So then but when they were not listening to USSR, so then USSR surrounded it. They were ready to fight with with Russia surrounded it. They were ready to fight with it. So then once they had the NATO forces were on, and if they had come to Ukraine, then it was on the border of Russia. But that would have created great danger for for Russia. So he could not. He knew that what will be the consequence. So he could not accept it, and he was warning them that don't do it. And they were trying to include other countries also. So from all around, Russia was going to be surrounded. So in a way, he had no other option. And then America has other trick also, that because Russia was supplying to many countries petrol, America wanted that they should supply it, and they wanted that they should not buy it from Russia. So only if this kind of thing happens, war happens, then they will sanction it, and they will ask all these European countries that you don't take the petrol, take our petrol. So it has lot of politics in it. It's not just, and now I feel that when the sanction will happen, when they will have lot of sanction, they have already done a lot of things. They have freeze about $1 trillion worth of Russian banks. Well, they froze 2-3 days back. So, and then there have been others, many of millionaires of Russia, their bank also they have freezed. And in the same way, the European countries also have done. So that will Russia is not a very rich country, so economically it is not very rich. So that will be very difficult for it. And then if they are telling to India also that you speak against Russia, but why India will speak against Russia? They have always have been more friendly to India than America. So Modi has not spoken. He has just said that war is not the solution. So both the countries should sit and decide. So he has not taken any side. He's just neutral in that. So, but if this continues, then and India is not going against Russia, then maybe they may sanction India also. And already the prices will rise high of many things. And if India cannot buy, I think India is also buying petrol from Russia also. So then the petrol price will rise. Already they have said don't buy petrol from Iran to India. So petrol price will also rise high. So I felt like that they are always, these countries, they are all sick, they are very ambitious. So they plan in one thing, there is a lot of planning. China and Russia is also planning. Now China is with Russia, but if Russia becomes weak, later on it may devour Russia also. But at present, both of them need each other. So economically, Russia is not so strong. So once they stop taking its petrol and other things, I think it is supplying food grain also to many European countries. Then its economy will go even more down. And if you are not doing any business with it, then it will have a lot of suffering. Then it can go for Putin can go for nuclear war also, and China may also join in it. But even if it doesn't happen, nuclear war and all those things. So when the petrol prices will rise in India and other things prices will rise, Even if petrol prices rise high, then all the cost of everything will rise high because transportation happens through petrol, all the vehicle will go. So then all the prices will rise high of your your daily uses things, your food grain, your vegetable, because everything is mostly transported through these vehicles. So if the prices goes too high, then in 2024, when the election will happen in India, the opposition party will have lot of debt because most of the people who are not educated, they won't understand why it is happening. Illiterate people will not understand, so they can, and their life will become very difficult. Then they can say that Modi is not able to manage the economy. So then in they cannot at present, the way Modi is doing, so they are not going to vote against Modi. But if their life becomes very difficult, then they can manage to create doubts in the people. So it may have many other aims, like with Corona also. It was always their goal was to destroy the economy of many countries. India was one of the most prominent, and that is how they thought that if, because UP Uttar Pradesh is such a big state and it has such a big population, so all these states, those who were not ruled by BJP, this started sending all those laborers who were working in other state to Uttar Pradesh, so that Corona spreads more. And then when the election happens in 2022, they can say that he could not manage, Yogi could not manage it. But still Yogi managed it with his very disciplined and arduous effort. But still, so no one knows that how much they're going to win. Or are they going to win easily, or they will have difficult time? I don't think they will lose, but they may not be able to manage the way they managed in 2017. It's very difficult because last time in 2017, there were many parties who were fighting. Now they have managed that all those who are against Yogi will vote for the other party. Most of the Muslim will vote for the other party, only one party. And those who are in favor of Yogi will vote for him. So it's like a presidential election. But all those who are sane and who don't, who have no who don't have the mind of a criminal or terrorist will vote for Yogi. But there are a lot of people who vote only for their own caste or vote for their religion. And they have already created this vote bank, so this is going to remain.
I remember I was listening to one talk by Osho lah. I forgot somebody asked, I don't know who, is it Albert Einstein, about World War III. Then this person, I forgot who the person is. Then somebody asked him, about World War III, like is it going to happen? Then this person say that I
I
can.
have told you before
Ha
also.
ha 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 ha. Yeah.
He said that the person asked him,
Ask who?
ask Einstein
Einstein. Ha ha ha.
that the World War, say something about the World War III. He said that I cannot say much about World War III, but I can say something about World War IV. He said that the World War IV will never happen, because if World War III happens, then everything will be destroyed. So there will be no one to fight. But the kind of people we are sitting on thrones everywhere, they can do anytime, they can trigger the button, because if there is no creativity in your life, if there is no positivity, there is no light inside you, then you will do like this. And Modi goes on giving Bhagavad Gita to all those who visit India, or all those who come to India, to all head of states. So from Bhagavad Gita also they can conclude that Bhagavad Gita was given on the war field. So, and that war was also very destructive. So Putin may be thinking that he is being a Krishna. He may have this illusion that if Krishna can be called the most perfect incarnation of God, that is how the world will remember me also after this World War. But America could have avoided it if they had used some wisdom, which they don't have. They are always creating problems, and wherever they go, they destroy that country. That's why I say they have Midas touch. When someone has said, he's my friend also, he has written in the morning, I saw it, that he was saying Russia has done these things, all these destructive things. I said that if Ukraine becomes free from the clutches of Russia, then it will fall into the hand of other imperialists. So what is the difference? I had written in the comment in his post. Then some woman, she wrote to me, troll. I have understood, but I didn't. I just heard these, since this internet has joined, I've started hearing that he is a troll. So, but she was stupid, whatever she said. I'm not a troll. Whatever I said, I believe in that.
Yes.
It's not that Then I thought that if I write something more against America, that she will be shitting more. So not just farting, shitting also. So I wrote that America has a Midas touch. Whatever it touches turns into gold. So maybe this idiot will not understand that she may be thinking I'm praising America. But what I'm saying is I'm just condemning it, that if you are reducing everything into gold, then it is of no use. You will die. It may be turning into gold for Americans. You know the story of Midas or not?
No. But I've heard of
you
the
don't
word.
Even know this story.
No, I don't know. But I've heard
Midas
the word.
is was some mythological king. I don't remember from where, maybe from Greek or somewhere else. This is a story we have read when we were small in our school books that he asked God to give him boon. So God, because he did something, God was very happy with him. So the God appeared and he said that I can give you one boon. You asked. He said that he was already quite rich and he wanted to be more rich. He was very ambitious. So he said that you just give me the boon that whatever I touch with my hand, whatever I touch will turn into gold. So then whatever he was touching was turning into gold. So he touched. In the beginning, he was very happy that he touched his bed, it turned into gold. He touched his wall, it turned into gold. He touched his spoon, it turned into gold. Then he touched his food, then that also turned into gold. Then he could not eat anything. So whatever he was touching was turning into gold. So he was starving, could not eat anything. Then because he loved his daughter very much, he wanted to touch her, but then she escaped. He knew that if he touches me, I will turn into gold. Exactly, I don't remember the story, but this is like something like that. Then he realized that what he has done. You can turn everything into gold, but you cannot eat gold. You cannot have emotional satisfaction with turning things into gold. If your daughter turns into gold, and I don't remember, maybe even his daughter turned into gold. I don't remember because long time back. So, if you want everything to turn into gold, then your life will be just hell. And gold is not that important. What is more really important is food, air. These are essential things for life. Gold is just, we have given it value, otherwise it has no value. People who are mad, people who are just workaholic, they think that if they go on doing things, they cannot sit silently. If they go on doing things, they will make their life very satisfactory. But for your inner life, there is another rule. If you want to be peaceful, if you want to be silent, you have to stop all doing. If the mind continues its chattering, then you will never know who you are. To know yourself, the lake of your consciousness has to be without any ripple. So what if you are doing something, you will never know yourself. And even when we enter into spirituality, we want to achieve enlightenment, we want to become enlightened. There's nothing like becoming enlightened. Becoming is a disease, becoming is a sickness. Be that which you already are. Stop going out. Once you are not going anywhere, then you are here and now. But mind cannot understand it. Mind is a goal achiever. It wants to achieve something. All the time it wants to reach somewhere. But to know yourself, you don't have to reach anywhere. You are already here. When you go somewhere, you go out of yourself. Just be here. Stop all movement. Stop all going. Just be totally relaxed here and now. Then you will know who you are. But if we have invented great words, God realization, you have not even realized yourself, how you will realize God? First be yourself, first know yourself. So the mirror, when it is full of dust, cannot reflect well. When the lake is full of ripples, it cannot reflect. So meditation is not a doing. That's why I have written in Hindi, Lord ke Buddhu ghar ko aaye. This is a saying in Hindi. This is meditation. That means the fool who was running out, going out, has returned back to his home. This is meditation. All these active techniques which Osho has invented, it is just to remove all your restlessness. Once you are freed from this feverishness, then you don't have to do anything. No doing can help you to know yourself. All doing has to drop. Once it is clear to you that meditation and truth and spirituality is not becoming, it is just being. You have not to become enlightened. Once all becoming drops, you are already that which you were always. But you were running out. As long as you are running out, you have the ambition to become enlightened. You are just like Biden and Putin, nothing different. As long as you are a doer, you are away from your nature. Drop all doing, just relax, and you will know who you are. You are always that which you are seeking. You are always that which you are seeking to become.
If you like our videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And send us one apple a day, because we want to eat food from the tree of knowledge.